This is Done Down Life number 90.
And that was Ashes of Draught and Woke Up Dead. Now this is going to be an interesting experiment because while I'm in the comfort of my own room, you can probably hear in the background that Darren isn't. Darren, where the hell are you?
Darren's in the comfort of a dark, wet street somewhere in the back of Newbury.
And why are you there?
Well, I kind of ran out of time today to record the show while at home, and I take public transport to get to work. The trouble is, with this particular shift that I'm doing, I either get there an hour early or half an hour late, and I'm not one to get to work late. So what I've done is I've gone for the earlier train, and I'm using that hour to actually walk from the station to work rather than catching a train or catching a lift off of anybody else.
Right. So yeah, so if the sound goes halfway through, it's because. So how are you doing this, by the way?
This is using a device called a MiFi, which, for those of you who are familiar with the IT crowd, specifically the episode where Jen has the internet in a box, that's pretty much what this is. It's like a mobile phone, but there's no phone part of it. You put a 3GS SIM card into it, and then it gives you Wi-Fi access to allow you to use a laptop, or like in my case, the iPod Touch, or pretty much anything that's Wi-Fi will be able to connect via remote. And then yes, I'm running Skype, as we always do when we're using these recordings, on the iPod Touch.
Fantastic. I love modern technology.
Well, this is sort of what I was going to talk to you about, you see, because when I did this journey yesterday, and typically when I do any long journey, I'll have my iPod Classic in my pocket, and that sort of helps see me through the journeys. I picked it up today and it was turned off, powered it on, and it recycled, and powered itself off and powered itself back on again, and powered itself off and powered itself back on again. And this, coupled with a problem that I had with the laptop the other day, left me wondering, what would you be more upset to lose? Well, in your case, your iPhone or iPod Touch, or your main computer?
Wow, that's I don't know.
Has it gotten too noisy?
No, you're okay. There is noise, but it's all right. We can deal with it. What would I rather lose, my main computer or my iPod?
Which would you rather, or which would you rather not?
Rather not lose. I think I'd be more lost without my iPhone than I would be without my desktop.
Yeah, so I was thinking the same, because my iPod Touch I use as an alarm clock, as a music source, but also, like in situations here, I'd use it as a mobile navigation system, and it's. I've moved away from storing too much on my computer anymore, so I could pretty much replace a computer by just going down to the library if I needed sort of a full keyboard or something.
Yeah.
But the freedom that the roving device gives you is quite.
I think that the major difficulty I'd have without, I'm assuming with desktop we're throwing in like if you have a laptop or anything like that. Yeah. The biggest issue I'd have losing that is, funnily enough, doing what we're doing now, recording this show.
But we've had a similar situation where I've actually recorded the show using 2 iPods.
It can be done.
So it is all possible to do that sort of thing. Obviously, you're not going to get the same quality.
It's slightly more complicated to do it as well.
Yeah.
You know how we make this show.
This does lead into the next part of the conversation, in that we use heavily Google Docs, don't we?
Yes. Yeah.
And well, you can explain the next bit, so it gives me a bit of a chance to take my breath back.
Okay. I saw on. Not only do I use Google Docs, I use Google Reader. for my RSS feeds, and they've come out with a new thing. I don't know if you're aware of this. It's called Google Reader Play, and it's
No.
you want to have a look into this. It's quite cool. It's kind of like your reader, but it's for stuff that it thinks you would like based on other stuff that you viewed in Google. This is again linked into the fact that Google knows just about everything about you, and
it's not purely working on other things that you've subscribed to. It's actually looking at other things you've searched
on, and this kind of, and it's
scary.
yeah, and what it is, it's like a slideshow of web pages.
Right.
You know, like a Flickr stream, you get a photo and you've got a left and a right arrow, and you click it and you go to your next photo.
Yep.
It's kind of like that, but for web pages. And these web pages are sort of minimised and stuff in on the page. And if you like it, you can tell Google Reader you like it, and it then shows you more of that kind of stuff. So each time you load it up, it's slightly more tailored to the stuff that you like. Now, one of the things that I saw today was the fact that Google Docs have now become editable on the iPhone. And the iPod Touch. Which
I don't think, before you go any further, I don't think it's specifically the Apple products.
It's mobile devices, is it?
Mobile devices in general.
Right, okay.
It's now using HTML5, which any mobile device that supports HTML5 will let you run this.
Right.
It's not having to rely on Flash.
Yeah.
The big thing that everybody's like, the iPod doesn't support Flash, the iPad doesn't support Flash.
Getting to a point where you don't need to.
Exactly. Yeah. Flash is not an internet standard. It's a proprietary system which is developed by one company.
I think it became an internet.
They don't want to do it anymore, they can unplug it.
I think it became a standard by default of the fact that nothing else was doing the same kind of thing or allowed you to do that kind of thing.
Yeah, it became popular as opposed to becoming a standard.
Yeah. But now with HTML5, you don't need to, and that has allowed me with my iPhone or the iPod Touch to edit our document that we use to put this show together, which is kind of cool, because that does mean that I could be anywhere, and if I have a thought of something that I want to talk about in the show, I could log in and write that down on our document and not rely on my not particularly spectacular memory for the next time that we get together.
It does at the moment, because this was announced earlier this week. Mm-hmm. It does at the moment seem to be specific to accounts. So if you're a user of Google Docs and you're trying to edit it and saying, Lance and Darren don't know what they're talking about, well, okay, you may be right, but it's also linked to the account. So give it a few days, maybe a week, and try again.
that was The Sound of Surrender with Kiss Me. So, on a yet another geeky tip here, can you remember...
Didn't we say yesterday we're not going to do techie geeky shows too much because it will alienate our audience?
Yeah.
Oops.
Too late. Online games, right? There was one a while ago that I think you played with, and I certainly did, called Project Entropia.
Nope.
No?
Didn't touch.
You can't remember? Nope. You heard of it, though, right?
Nope.
Right. It's an online game that's kind of more of a game than Second Life was, but less of a game than World of Warcraft is. Okay?
Okay. Yep.
Kind of somewhere in between the two. But it used a very similar model to Second Life in that you could convert your money, in-game money, to real money.
Yeah.
Okay? Well, apparently it's still going.
Yep.
And a guy from America called John Jacobs has just sold his land that he owned in Project Entropia, and he's just sold it for £250,000.
Pounds or dollars?
Dollars.
Not that that's belittling the fact that he sold it for 250,000 anything, really. Unless it was yen, perhaps that would be like $5 or something.
He's been making about $200,000 a year for the past 2 or 3 years. And he's just sold off his last piece of land. And what he's doing now is he's going to fund a new company that specialises in building stuff to go back into this game. So you would pay him to build your nightclub for you or whatever.
The interesting thing is, I've no experience with the game, but certainly it sounds like Second Life. And the amount of money that people spend building up a nightclub, and they don't get the massive interest they thought they would. They have a massive opening night with 3 people that attend, and then the following day they have a massive closing night where 4 people attend. And they must have put money into it, and I think it's just, as always, been the right place, right time at the right place.
Sorry, no, I've got my facts wrong.
Oh.
He sold it for more than $500,000. He paid $100,000 for it in 2005, and for the past couple of years has been earning about $200,000 a year, and he's just sold off piece. He sold it off piece by piece, and he's sold it in total for about $500,000.
So right, so he's basically a land renter or a land dealer. He's not made all that money purely from making stuff like you were saying originally. He's more of a real estate agent.
Well, what it says here,
he's not so real estate agent as a case.
Yeah, virtual estate agent. Yeah. Now, what he'd done, he built a nightclub and he built sort of a surrounding area, which a lot of people moved into with virtual shops and stuff. So he was charging them rent, and they were selling stuff and them making their own money, but he was making money off them. And then gradually, as things got sort of huge, people were coming along and saying, "I want to buy that mall section off you," so he'd sell it off. It's, I mean, regardless of what he did and how he did it, that's a fairly massive achievement, isn't it? $500,000 of nothing.
It's all
ones and zeros.
Yeah, it's all to do with the personality. I couldn't sell ice cream to people in the desert. I'm just that bad a salesman. But some of these people, like you say, they're selling nothing.
Yeah.
Selling digital nothings and making the money out of it. Good on them.
Yeah, what we need to do is get in touch with him and get him to start publicising this, because it's something we're not good at.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's monetise this baby.
If you want to see us carry on, send us money.
Yeah, because it's costing us too much to run as it is. No, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. It didn't actually cost us anything. Well, actually, it's costing you at the moment because you're paying for that MiFi, aren't you?
Yeah. And this show was sponsored by
MiFi from 3.
Wi-Fi from 3. Currently, the only people who are providing such a device, none of the competition are. Ideal thing for your dad.
Actually, no, that's not true. I think Vodafone are doing one.
If so, it's only in the last 6 months they started doing it.
I think it is fairly recent, but I'm pretty sure they're doing one.
Yeah.
It's beginning to take off.
Yeah. Right, so join us again tomorrow when, what should we do? Flying lessons? Boat out on the channel, something?
Well, it's highly likely that I could be mobile tomorrow because I'm driving up to Nottingham.
Oh, you're doing the tomorrow's... Yeah. Well, maybe. But it might be a solo show from me. In which case, Lance will talk to you some point later on in the weekend. And...
You'll be here in one form or another, definitely, and I may or may not be here.
Well, you can be sure that now we've done this many shows, we're not giving up. We're not giving up.
You can call the Dumbed Down Life crew on 07092 274 759.
You can follow us on Twitter. Our account name is Dumbed Down Life.
The email address is ddl.podshow@gmail.com. The website address is www.dumbeddownlife.com.
So using Google Street View to view these roads to make sure they've got pavements is all well and good. But what Google Street View doesn't show you is the fucking gradient on this hill.